Did you guys know that I have a huge giveaway going on right now? If you didn't, check out my video down below. I am giving away all of this stuff to you guys. 3 prize winners. Check it out because I want you to win. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a foundation review slash first impressions where I'll wear it throughout the day for ya. So if you recall, probably about 7 months ago, I did a video just like this on the Diorskin Star Foundation. And I didn't like it. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out and see why I didn't like it. But long story short, I have pretty oily skin. In the fall slash winter time, my cheeks get pretty dry to the point where they're really patchy and kind of flaky. But the remainder of my face is always very oily, my T-zone, everything. And right now, it's actually July. So in comparison to October, now it's July, it's summertime, my skin is just super oily. But anyways, because I didn't like the Star Foundation, I exchanged it for the Diorskin Forever Foundation. So I've had this sitting in my makeup collection for probably 7 months and I haven't touched it. So I figured it's about time I use it, right? I ran out of my Lancome Tint Ida Ultra, so I was like, perfect time to bust out a brand new foundation. So I'm gonna test it out with you guys on camera and then check in several times throughout the day to show you how it wears. By the way, never mind my hair being a wet hot mess. I literally just got out of the shower, so I'm sorry. Alright, so background on the Forever Foundation. It is, I think it's around $50. It is a pricey foundation. It is not cheap. So I expect it to work well. If it doesn't, I will return it just like I did with the Star Foundation. But it is supposed to be for oily skin. It's supposed to have a mattifying finish. So the box says, the first flawless perfection foundation with a second skin fusion wear by Dior. Infused with smart skin shaping skincare essence, the formula becomes one with the skin for an absolutely perfect complexion all day long. The soft and velvety fluid foundation melts weightlessly into the skin to envelope features for an ultra smooth, even complexion and visibly perfect skin day after day. So basically this is the mattifying, more mattifying foundation that Dior makes. I got mine in the color, oh, it was $49. There's a price on the bottom. I got mine in the color 022, and that's the same color that I got in the Star Foundation, and the color worked great. Just the formula of that one didn't work so great. So here's what the bottle looks like. It has a frosty glass container, which is super luxurious and high-end looking. Pump, yep, I couldn't remember if it had a pump or not. It does come with a pump, and it has 1 fluid ounce in it. Oh, it also has SPF 25. Okay, so before the foundation, I am going to prep my skin with a primer that I know I like. Anytime I use a foundation for the first time, I don't like to use a whole lot of anything else that's brand new, just because then if it doesn't work out, it's like, well, was it the foundation that didn't work out? Or was it my primer? Or was it my powder? So I don't like to switch up anything other than one product at a time. So I'm going to continue to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. I like to apply this just on my pores and push it into the skin to help fill in my pores, because girl, I got some big pores. Okay, so I'm going to apply this foundation the same way that I apply all my foundations, which is with a damp beauty blender, so not sopping wet, not dry, just on the damp side. And I think I'm going to put, oh, I haven't used it yet, there we go. Oh my gosh, well, I just squirted it all over myself. Good grief. Of course, now my pajama pants looks like I have poop stains on them. Alright, so I think 2 to 3 pumps is probably plenty. I might need to come back for more. So looking at the color just right out of the package, it seems like it's going to work okay. So I'm going to get my beauty blender and then just dot it all over my skin, my nose, my forehead. Here we go. I'm going to leave a little bit on the back of my hand for my neck, but here we go. Let's blend it in. It does appear to be a tiny bit too dark for me. Everything is too dark for me, so I'm just going to, I put a little bit more on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to apply to my neck and drag down and blend in. That way my neck matches, and then that's like my trick. If a foundation doesn't quite match perfectly, then I just apply it like to my entire neck and chest area. That way it still looks splendid and you don't look like a crazy clown or something. There we go. So my skin looks amazing. I feel like it covered up pretty much all of my redness. I didn't put a whole lot under my eyes because I'm going to go in with a concealer afterwards. I'm going to go in with a concealer afterwards anyway, so I don't want it to be like cakey. But aside from my under eyes, the rest of my skin looks pretty much flawless. I do have this freckle right here that it's near impossible to cover. It's a freckle and I don't really want to cover it anyways. That's what that is, but the rest of my skin looks really good. A lot of that redness has been neutralized, and the finish is like a, how can I describe it? It's almost like a demi-matte, like rose petal finish. Like it doesn't look like a chalkboard, but it doesn't look glowy and luminous either. I'm not a fan of glowy and luminous, so I think it's good. So far, so good. So I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup and then check in with you guys to see how it holds up. Alright guys, so I just realized I completely forgot to show you what time it was when I was like putting on the foundation. Right now it is 11:46. I'm supposed to meet my family at noon at the mall, so it looks like I'm gonna be late. Sorry sis! But it was about 10:30 when I applied the foundation, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. I did the rest of my makeup, I did my hair, I filmed a video, I did some cleaning, so it's been like I've done, I don't want to say rigorous activity by any means, but I've been up and about and doing stuff. I've been behind these hot lights. It's hot in this house in general because it's 115 degrees outside. So I've been active and the foundation still looks good. I did put some highlighter on right here in case you're wondering. It was Becca Champagne Pop. So that's what that is. It's not sweat, it's actually a highlighter. It comes off super strong in the camera. But I'm looking at my face in the mirror in front of me and the coloring has stayed true to color. I did put lots of bronzer on in case you're wondering, but let me zoom in a little bit. So I usually have problems right here, right around my nose with my foundation. It starts to break up as I get sweaty throughout the day. So I'll have to keep an eye on right around my nose. My chin, the line right here from my chin, usually foundation will kind of cake up in there. So I'll have to keep a close eye on my nose, my smile lines, and my chin line throughout the day. Right now they look great. And then typically my forehead right here and then like my nose get really shiny throughout the day. So I'll keep an eye on those, but right now after an hour and a half of wear and like rigorous activity, kind of, it looks really, really good. It looks amazing. It still has the matte finish. And I'm really liking this foundation so far. So we'll see. It's only been an hour and a half. I can't like holy grail stamp it quite yet, but so far so good. So I'll check in a little bit. Hey guys, so it is now 5 o'clock? 5:03, and so I've successfully had the foundation on for 6.5 hours now. This is a little bit later than I wanted to check in, but I'm actually at the mall right now. I'm in the mall parking lot, if you can see. Probably not, but I'm in the mall parking lot right now, and we got stuck inside the mall because a giant dust storm flew over. If you're not from Arizona, then you have no idea what I'm talking about, but we get dust storms here. And so I was like, well, I'll just hang out in the mall, and I left my camera in my car. So anyways, let's see how this foundation is doing. So let me zoom in a little bit. So it looks pretty good overall. Oh, the car next to me was honking. It looks pretty good overall. My nose is a little bit on the shiny side. You know what? Instead of using the camera lens, I'm going to use an actual mirror. Let's see. So it looks like, here we go, that's a better view. It looks like I'm a little bit shiny around my nose, but it's not like obnoxiously shiny. It's just kind of like, almost like a little bit of a glow. My cheeks still have the highlighter on it, so it's still kind of shiny right around here, but that is intentional shine, whereas my nose is not intentional shine. So that's a little bit shiny. Looking at my chin line, my smile lines, and right around my nose, that's holding up really well. Let me see. Yeah, I had to stop talking so I could see what it looked like. But that's actually, it's not settling into any of my like fine lines or anything that I was really worried about. I was really worried about right around my nose, and I was really worried about my chin, and that doesn't seem to be a problem. So aside from the slight, oh my gosh, my camera keeps going in and out, sorry about that. Aside from the slight shininess around my nose, I'm actually really liking the way that this foundation is holding up. It looks very nice, the color is staying true, and overall, so far a big thumbs up. It's only been 6.5 hours, so we'll check in probably one more time before I go to bed so we can see what it looks like then. Alright guys, so it is now 9 o'clock. It's 9:02 p.m. So I've had the foundation on for 10.5 hours. Is that right? Lily, stop licking your paws. She sounds gross when she's licking her paws. 10.5 hours, yeah. So this is probably the typical amount of time I would keep my foundation on for. This is probably about the time that I would get home from work and I would start to kind of like wipe it off or like wash my face. So this was good. This is the first time I've done a first impressions for like a full day, I think. So anyways, update on the foundation. I'm looking at it in the viewfinder from afar and it looks really good. I'm super impressed with this foundation. I do look a tiny bit oily. It looks like my cheeks, aside from the highlighter that I used, is maybe a little bit on the oily side. My nose is a little bit on the like glistening side, but it doesn't look like an oil slick mess like the Star foundation did. The Dior Star at this time was just, actually I think I only wore it for like 6 hours and I was a hot mess. I had to use oil blotting powders, oil blotting sheets, powder, and just like fix it. And I haven't touched this up at all. I haven't used any oil blotters, I haven't used any kind of powder or anything like that. If I was to go out, like if I was getting ready to go out tonight, I probably would maybe put a little bit of powder on my nose, maybe use an oil blotter, but let me check, let me look up close. I probably could get away with not using anything and just going out. I mean, it's not bad. It actually looks like a fresh kind of like, oh hi, you know, I'm nice and dewy and glowy and just like, it looks good. It looks like my skin. As far as like the wear, so like the cakiness or non-cakiness, so I'm looking right here on my chin. I do see a tiny bit of foundation buildup on my chin line, but literally nothing compared to some of my other foundations. It did not settle into my smile lines. Just double check. Yeah, it did not settle into my smile lines at all, and it did not wear away around my nose. So although it is a little bit on the oily side, it didn't wear away the foundation, which is usually what happens. The oils in my face will like mix with the foundation and basically like wear it away in that area, and it doesn't look like it did that. So overall, I am really impressed with this foundation. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see. Okay, so here's what it looks like up close, so you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, remember, I had a really intense highlighter on this morning, so that's still there, but you can see just my nose is a little bit on the shiny side. I do have that little bit of foundation buildup like right in my chin line, but that's really it. It didn't cake up. I don't have any like fine lines or anything like that, and it looks really good overall. So I have to say, Dior, this is my foundation for you. I'm so glad I swapped it out, and that's why they have several foundations. They don't have just one foundation that they offer. There's different finishes. So for me, for an oily skinned girl, the Dior Forever is definitely the way to go. Let me know down below if you have tried any of the Dior foundations and which one your favorite is, so I can see, like, you know, is it just me? I love to hear your input. So I think that's about it. So 2 thumbs up. I can't say it's going to replace my Lancome foundation quite yet. I think I need to test it out more than just one day before I say that, but this is definitely it's a contender. I mean, I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and it looks really good. So 2 thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.